What's up guys, Gaming Stuart here back in another video. Today's video is what if episode 2 is non-elimination. So this idea was by Tulip Mango 8876. But he wanted them as team leaders instead of being voted out. But I already did that on the channel, so I just thought I wanted to give him a shout out for this video, as I wanted to make kind of a substitute for him as with results. So what teams would Jeff and Bridget be on first? So there will be an extra elimination, so I'll keep that in mind. So Jeff, I put on the gaffers, and I'd put Bridget on the grips, because I have a really cool dynamic. So episode 2 would be a non-elimination now. Who would host the aftermath then? Probably just Katie and Sadie. That'd be pretty cool, actually. They get the like little character development besties. Episode 3. This is where Izzy goes. So carrying the stuff DJ would refuse, but I think Jeff would not be able to do. He lifts the stuff up. Owen still does it. I think the Gopher's probably win the first part because Jeff is a lot stronger than Owen. Second part would be the acting part, and Izzy would still go as the grandma, and Duncan would go as the gangster, because I think Jeff would be like, yeah, whatever. Jeff wouldn't really care. Like, Jeff would have that, whatever, dude, attitude. Because Izzy cost him the challenge still, E-Scope still get eliminated. Episode 4 is, and Trent would still be worried that Gwen's cheating on him with Duncan, not even for Duncan. I think Bridget here would actually change that. I know Owen he talks to Owen and Owen gives him advice, but I think Bridget actually being here, I think they actually change a bit, because I feel like Bridget would go up to Trent and says, act as yourself, like, when she says be weird, Bridget's like, do not be weird. So the number 9 thing, that's a lucky number, but he wouldn't be losing his mind. So I think Trent wouldn't be losing it at this point. I don't think Trent completely loses his mind. Would Trent still throw the challenge? Probably would still throw the challenge, whether that's a non-elimination. Episode 5, this is where usually Trent would go. Obviously, Trent's still throwing challenges. Bridget and Trent, they're bonding, they're talking. Trent isn't saying, do you have that energy? Because, first of all, he's not losing it at this point. So, Gwen's not freaked out by him. And I'm thinking here that Gwen would just get fed up with Trent at throwing challenges. So I think she would break up with him and he gets voted off like he does originally. I think even though Bridget would be helpful giving him advice and not let him lose his mind, I think Trent would probably still get voted off. This is where episode 6, after that episode 7, this is where Gwen usually goes. So DJ's still in that alliance with Chef. I think Duncan, DJ, and Jeff are in an alliance at this point. Heather's working with Harold. I think in the cage they'd put Bridget in because she's a vegetarian. She doesn't do that well in these challenges. And they would put on the gaffers, I'd say they put in Duncan. Now, I think Duncan would win that challenge in the end because he's quite crafty when he is in juvie. And Bridget wouldn't be that good here. So Justin would make Owen push. And then Gwen would still make DJ doubt himself. I think Jeff would probably push, but Gwen would say, I'll do it. Gwen's still slowing down. She hits Howard with the shovel, and because of that, she gets voted off. So Jeff and Bridget wouldn't affect the first few, other than character interactions like Trent, like I said. Bridget with the Trent situation would be handled a lot better, I think. Wouldn't really affect the earlier episodes. So episode 8. So, this is the scary. Other than that, though, Jeff forgets to study and Bridget. Bridget wouldn't eat the pizza, I don't think. I think Jeff probably would. But other than that, it's a non-elimination. Episode 9, this is the scaring challenge. So DJ will still do it. And Death. So, I'm basically thinking that Harold and Bridget, Then Owen. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring Izzy back. This episode, I forgot Izzy would still come back. It's my bad. Then she was there for those episodes. So Izzy would still come back. It's my bad. And so the Grips would probably still lose. Justin would convince these two. I probably think Izzy would go home, but DJ would still quit. I think Jeff would be more convincing him to stay, but I think DJ would still quit. Episode 10. This is where Owen does still get his jaw broken. LeShawna's found out for the trash talking, and even Jeff's not cool with LeShawna's trash talking, so episode 10, non-elimination. Episode 11. This is the point where Justin was losing his looks arc, and this is where Izzy goes. But unless Justin thinks Bridget's a bigger threat, so Izzy would still make that comment, she goes expulsivo, Duncan would still go off making traps by himself, LeShawna's still farting in the thing like she does where she drinks Owen's juice. Jeff would be pretty good at this, he'd be able to help the team. I think the Grips are still losing, and Izzy's still eliminated. So there will be some changes. Episode 12 and Aftermath. Episode 13, this is where Courtney comes back. So this is the safe part of the challenge. Obviously, Connor's still caught in the safe, and Owen, Bridget and Jeff being able to change that. They free Owen, he hallucinates Lindsay and Beth for food. LeShawna would still be left behind. Courtney would still give the prize to the gaffers because they have Duncan. Courtney's second prize, so she's brought onto the Grips. Owen's chasing Lindsay and Beth, hallucinating at the cart that their food. Bridget being here, the Grips do just a little bit better in this challenge. And bar breaks. The gaffers still win. So would she rather get rid of Owen or Bridget? Courtney is friends with Bridget, as it is shown they have a friendship, so I think she still gets rid of Owen. So not a lot has really changed. So Owen's still eliminated. Episode 14. 14, non-elimination. Episode 15, this is basically where they have to do the Extreme Sports Challenge. The weakest two just don't compete, and that's going to be Harold and Justin Good School. I think Beth probably doesn't get to compete. Slow motion boxing, Jeff and Lindsay. I think Jeff probably gets that point. The next part of the challenge would be the badminton. It would be Heather and just Bridget. I think Heather would get that point because Heather was pretty good and she would be able to go to Beth now. Then it would be the fighting part, which is Duncan and Courtney. Then after this, we have the fight between Duncan and Courtney. Courtney still wins the basketball challenge. LeShawna and Justin. Justin was quite good at this. He seemed goated. He was goating a bit, so LeShawna would still get that point. One for Jeff. Heather, Courtney, LeShawna. So there actually wouldn't be a tiebreaker this time. So the Grips are winning this challenge. Because LeShawna never does her apology cheer, Duncan would convince Jeff and Heather to vote for LeShawna. So LeShawna would be eliminated. Merge day. It's the merge cast. Bye-bye Grips. Bye-bye gaffers. And there's the gaffers. So the only difference we have here is we don't have LeShawna. We have Heather, Jeff and Bridget in merge instead of LeShawna. And Jeff and Bridget are just extras. So episode 16. So Darth Merger, this is the spy movie theme challenge. And Courtney would still get across like she was originally issued when I don't see Jeff or Bridget or Heather being good at this challenge. Lindsay would still win the time bomb, and because everybody has a bit of animosity with Heather, like Lindsay and Beth and the island, Justin because Heather got him eliminated very early on. Harold, Jeff Bridget, it doesn't really matter what Duncan, Courtney. I probably think they all vote for Heather, so I think Heather would get eliminated after this challenge. So this episode would be an elimination because you have too many people. Episode 17. I don't know how everybody else does in this challenge. I think the only person we don't know is Courtney, Bridget, and Jeff. I think they could make a decent costume. Lindsay would still win because Chris likes Wonder Woman as a kid, and she'd get a 10-second start. And Courtney would still win immunity because she would have the fastest time. I don't see Bridget or Jeff getting the fastest time. But I think here, Lindsay would vote, these four vote for Duncan. Jeff likes Duncan. Bridget's a swing vote. Would you rather get rid of Lindsay? These four vote for Lindsay. Lindsay votes for herself. Bridget is happy with Jeff, so she probably votes for Lindsay. Even if it was a tiebreaker between Lindsay and Duncan, I think Duncan could just about beat Lindsay in any tiebreaker. So Lindsay is still out. Episode 18. Episode 18 non-elimination. Episode 19, this is the Princess Pride. This is where usually Justin goes. So, across the bridge, Beth would still fall. Here, I think everyone else would get across. Bridget gets across. Jeff gets across. Courtney's still the princess. Justin still goes Duncan out for cheating. I don't think Jeff and Bridget get to the top. Justin tricks Harold. He gets to the top. Courtney still wins. But do they still get rid of Justin? And Harold's still here. So I think Justin's still gone here because I know she would see Jeff and Bridget as options, but I think she could convince Harold or Beth next time to go to elimination and see that Justin is a big threat. And now that he's lost his lady mojo, I think Justin would still be going home here, so Justin's out. Is he screwed? Because Courtney hits him down, so I think Justin's still eliminated. Episode 20. So this is the movie-themed challenge. This is getting all the DNA and figure out the murder mystery. So I think Duncan would still get accused and get chained like he does originally. I think Jeff would be the only person probably defending Duncan. I think Courtney's would still find the cheese puffs. I think now that Lindsay's not here, I think Harold would now win this challenge because Harold's quite authentic and very determined at this type of thing. So I think Harold wins. So Harold wins. But Courtney and Duncan know there are two couples. So Duncan's had enough of Courtney. And I think Harold and Beth, Jeff and probably Bridget would vote for Courtney. Maybe not Bridget, she might vote for Duncan, but everybody else is voting for Courtney. So after this challenge, Courtney's eliminated. Episode 21. Chris brings back Owen for him suing his jaw, and he's the host, so he can just do what he wants. So Owen's back. The rock and roll challenge, Duncan says, "Welcome to my world." Owen still goes off the platform, Jeff and Bridget. I think Duncan wins the first part. The second part of the challenge is the paparazzi. We know how everybody else does here. Duncan will still flip off. Harold cries. Owen runs through. Beth does alright. Jeff and Bridget are very people, so I could see them being quite good here. So they would get a decent score. So I think Duncan wins. So I think Duncan wins immunity, which isn't a bad thing because Duncan will certainly probably would go home. So Owen still throws his vote. Gotta keep that in mind. So Jeff and Bridget would vote with Duncan. Harold would vote for Jeff because of Ireland. Beth's with Harold, so she would vote for Jeff. Jeff and Bridget vote for Harold. Duncan is the swing vote. Harold's not suspicious of Owen yet, but I think he'd rather get rid of, he sees as a couple, Jeff and Bridget. And I think he would choose to eliminate Jeff here, as Jeff would a lot more likely win a poppy outright contest over Bridget. So these two vote for Jeff. Owen throws his vote on Bridget. These two vote for Harold. Duncan votes for Harold. I think Harold's out after this challenge. Episode 22. So Owen realizes, no, I think he would have the numbers to get rid of Bridget. Jeff, he wants to get rid of Jeff. And I think Duncan would say, well, we gotta get rid of Jeff. So I think Jeff and Bridget. Harold sees to vote for Harold. Owen throws a vote on Bridget. Jeff's eliminated. So Jeff would have came 6th place in this timeline. Episode 22. So Beth and Bridget, Harold and Duncan. The guys win it, but Owen still ruins their friendship, but it's an elimination. Episode 23. This is basically where we have 2008. So basically here, Owen still sabotages and the Grant comment, so it makes sense for Harold, Duncan, Bridget, Owen. Owen's farting, Beth's pretty good. She gets in disgustingly. I don't like watching this very much, but she does get in there. So I think the winner of this challenge is Beth. So this is where Harold goes. But Duncan, being a smart guy, realizes that we have a previous finalist. So he convinces these four to vote for Owen. But I think Owen's likable, so I think Owen, they vote for Harold. So I think Harold would actually go here. So Harold's eliminated, like he does originally. Episode 24. Just picking your animal, buddy. Duncan gets the chameleon, Owen gets the bear, Beth gets the raccoon, and Bridget gets the shark. So Duncan would still lose the chameleon. Bridget would be alright with the shark. Beth still gets the end. I think Beth still wins, because I don't think Bridget could carry a shark. But they realise Owen's a massive threat. And as much as Duncan and Bridget don't like each other, I think they agree that Owen has to go, as if it carries on, they're going to get to the final two. So that everyone votes for Owen, and it's not a double elimination this time, because Owen doesn't get found out as a mole. Episode 25. They race to the end, they clean the deck, and Duncan wouldn't be that good here. Bridget and Beth get the questions right. Duncan was able to do the tiebreakers, which gives them time to catch up. It's very, very close through the obstacle course. And I think out of these people, I think Duncan will definitely make it. So it's between Beth and Bridget. I think Bridget would actually win. I think she gets to the end. So 3rd place, Beth. I think Beth comes 3rd. So Duncan and Bridget are the finalists of the season. There's only 4 votes in the jar to find us all, but I found a bit of logic for that. Owen is seen in the confessional farting, which I must assume must have happened is they got rid of that horrible, horrible smell and just didn't vote. So I thought in each winning ending that person who would have voted for Bridget left and people that would have voted for Duncan to win left. So let's go through the votes anyway. Beth votes for Duncan, Owen votes for Duncan, Harold votes for Bridget, Jeff Bridget, Courtney Duncan, Justin Bridget, Lindsay Bridget, Heather Bridget, LeShawna Bridget, Izzy Escope, she voted for herself, DJ, it's really tough to say, I'm going to say Duncan, I think he's closer to Duncan, Gwen, Duncan, and Trent Bridget. So thank you guys for watching. This is the elimination order and how I think the season would have gone if Jeff and Bridget were not eliminated in episode 2, if episode 2 is a non-elimination. And yeah, comment, like, subscribe, let me know in the comments down what ifs you want in this video. And yeah, peace for all.